Welcome to this session on placing a user-defined node type. So I've opened back up the GC floor model where we've been building the geometry of the building mass, and we're now going to apply that crossbar node that we created onto the facade of the atrium here. So I'm going to go to my node types, and you should now have a category for generated node types, and we can see the crossbar node there. Zoom my graph out a little bit here. We'll come over here. And I'm just going to drag and drop that crossbar node on my graph. And the input we need is a polygon, and we've got the polygon panels that we created earlier. So I'm just going to link those two up. And you can see now that it has generated, I'll zoom in here a little bit, the crossbar and the glass panel that was part of that node. And I could actually come over here now and turn off my polygon panels and maybe even the coordinate systems so that I really just see the glass panels and the crossbar. Now you may remember when we created that crossbar node, we had some inputs which were optional. We can select that and we could pin those onto the node now. And so I could actually now change my start diameter if I want that crossbar a little bigger. I can control that now as well. And keep in mind those, even though we only created the one node type, every one of these panels, the polygon panels, were a different size, a different shape, and it just fits itself to each of those polygons. Now if we want to test this a little bit, we could come back to our law curve. Maybe I'll first record that transaction. Let me zoom out a little bit here so we can see the changes. And I will set this crossbar to have deferred dynamics, since it does take a minute or two to update. But I'm going to open my law curve and let's just make some adjustments here. And you can see then how that curtain wall reshapes itself based on the changes to that curve. So that's the advantage of a generated node type, which is very different from a cell in MicroStation, is that it is dynamic and it will reshape itself to the geometry that it's associated with. And so we could update our models so that the slabs update as well. We had those on a deferred update. And we'll go ahead and record those changes. So you've now completed the Generative Components Quick Start. We've done everything from create some basic forms that we could control with a few points to actually creating different building elements as well as surfaces and solids, and now a generated node type.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.